Hello class. Today's lesson is actually a two-parter and it's on special right triangles. The first part we're going to talk about the 45-45-90 triangle. Okay, and this is a pretty cool triangle to begin with. Makes things a little bit easier. So what's so special about the 45-45-90 triangle? Well, for one thing, it's isosceles. The angles 45 degrees, 45 degrees, and 90 degrees. We have two equal angles, and if you'll remember the isosceles triangle definition, we have two equal sides with two equal angles. Okay, so the legs, these two legs here, are equal in measurement. So if this one's 5, then this one's 5. But what's even cooler is that the ratio of leg to hypotenuse is x to x to x times the square root of 2. Sorry about that, I didn't see that was missing. Which means if the leg was 5, and of course the other leg is going to be 5 because they're equal, then the hypotenuse is going to be 5 times the square root of 2. And if you'll just remember that, it makes it calculating the sides a whole lot easier. So how do I find a missing side of a 45-45-90 triangle? Well, I know that this is the 45 degree, this is 45 degrees, and I know that the two sides are going to be equal because this is isosceles, which means that this equals 3. And if I wanted to find the hypotenuse, I would just put the 3 in front of the square root of 2, because the ratio is x, and x times the square root of 2. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, now I'm missing an x and a y. Alright, I know that these two sides are equal, so y equals 7. Easy enough. And I know that the hypotenuse is just x times the square root of 2, so my hypotenuse is going to be 7 times the square root of 2. And I don't have to do any calculations. I don't have to do the Pythagorean theorem. I don't really have to do anything else. I just have to plug in numbers. Alright, so if, here is your question of the day. If this side is, let's make it 9. I want you to find x and y. This is your problem to put on your assignment sheet. Okay? And how about keyword is happy, because this is a very happy triangle. Alright, now we have another special right triangle, and it's the 30-60-90 triangle. And yes, I'm excited about this one too. I like it. It happens to be a whole lot of fun. Alright, so what's so special about this triangle? Well, to start off, the hypotenuse is twice, that's supposed to be twice, the length of the shorter leg. So if the shorter leg, which is across from the shortest angle, okay, remember that. If the shortest leg was in, then the hypotenuse would be 2 times in. So let's say that this side was 3. The hypotenuse would be 2 times 3, which equals 6. And the length of the longer leg is the square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. So this is the longer leg, the side across from the longest angle. And whatever the short side is, it's that times the square root of 3. So my longest side is 3 times the square root of 3. Pretty easy, huh? Alright, so to find my missing side, I have to remember that in order from angles 30, 60, 90, so I'm going up in angles, my side ratios are x times the square root of 3, and 2x. So if I had this being 4, this would be 2 times 4, which equals 8, and this would be 4 times the square root of 3. Really, really easy. Really great for calculating. All right, find the lengths of AB and CB. Well, AC is 4, okay? So if we remember that this is x, and this is going to be 2x, then this is going to be equal to 2 times 4, which equals 8, and this is going to be x times the square root of 3 because it's the longest side, which means that it equals 4 times the square root of 3. I think this is the last problem we did. So AB is 4 times the square root of 3, and CB is 8. See how easy it is and how much fun it is? Yeah, I know, I'm a little bit of a geek, but you love me. Alright, so this time we have the longer length. Okay, that makes it a little more difficult because we actually have to do some math here. The longer length is equal to x times the square root of 3. And we know we're given that it's 8. So what do I do to solve for x? Well, I start off, I divide by the square root of 3. Divide by the square root of 3. So I'm going to have x equals 8 divided by the square root of 3. And I'm going to leave it like that. Okay? So my x, my side AC, is going to be equal to 8 divided by the square root of 3. And my 2x, well, I have 2, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that over 1, equals 8 times the square root of 3, which means I have 16 times the square root, over the square root of 3. Sorry, not times, divided by. Okay? And now it's your turn. Alright, we're going to have one more triangle, and yes, I know that means you have 2 problems to work on your assignment sheets, but you can do this. Alright, this is my 60 degree. Of course, this is my 90, and this is my 30. This is your turn. And if I said that this side here was 16, I want you to find x and y. Alright, and you can do this.